Did you know Dump City is transmitting hidden codes? Hey everyone, Brento here. Welcome to another episode of Dump City. You'll notice here I don't have my skeletons anymore. Why? Because I discovered some new skills. Check this out. This one's called Domination or Dominating Blow. And I hit things and look what happens to them. Normally when monsters die, they die or you explode their corpse or something. And that's about it. But with this skill here, look at this. They become my minions. Check that out. Isn't that crazy? And then there's this other one called Absolution here. When I do this, it's a ranged attack. And I get ranged minions when I kill things with it. Isn't that crazy? But I have a problem with my gear, so I don't know if I can go much further with this. Check out my life pool. See these gloves here? See what they do? I can't regenerate life, and now they're killing me, so I'm going to have to take these out before I fight the final boss here. I can't have my gloves killing me. These aren't the best of gloves. Well, maybe they are. I don't know. I'll probably find some better later. But these gloves are killing me, so even though they are pretty cool, I have to admit. But what's on the show today, you're asking? Well, we'll have a few things. First off, we're going to do the most difficult quest in the game. Okay, we'll get to that later. I know many of you might be stuck on it. It's in Act 4. You know, the Dynamite one. I'm going to talk about the greatest basketball player of all time, the GOAT. I'm going to settle it once for all. And finally, we're going to do the final boss fight of the campaign, Kitava. So, before we do that, though, let's check out a few things. What's the item of the week, you're wondering? It's this hat. Check it out. Look how much armor on that thing. This is a serious hat. It's got 144 life. It's got chaos resistance and it regenerates life. It's probably pretty easy to wear it, right? And it's just an awesome item. I think I might actually use this for most of the season, I figure. At least it'll be one of my main items. What are the odds of that? Runner up, I'd say is, let's go with this sword here. It has some weird gem abilities. Just some weird things in the game. I'm always discovering something new. This gives you abilities based on colors of sockets. For one-handers, it's actually doing a good amount of damage so far. If I found another one of these with the dual wielding, it'd be kind of cool. So that's the runner-up. Before we get into our first topic of the week, where we go and do the delve mission where we blow up that wall, which is a big challenge for all of you. I'm pretty sure everyone watching this has that queued up and incomplete in their quest. Let's do more tips for noobs. Okay, so one of the first things I would say as a tip is go into your options and consider updating your filters. Okay, if you're doing level 80 stuff at this point, you might want to go to a better filter. Okay, one that's a little bit more selective. And as you go hit level 9, you get even more selective. So that's a tip. Another tip, maybe a few of you figure this out from other tutorials, is this passives check. You should always check to see, before you kill the final boss, you should check to see if you have all these done here, okay? If you're looking for ideas on what to spend skill points on, there's a link below. It's like a heat map of the most popular skills, okay? So there's another tip. And let's go into Act 6, and I'm sure a few of you have realized this too. Previously, you could buy gems from all the vendors, but once you finish a certain quest in Act 6, just know Lily Roth kind of has all the gems available. Okay, so she's like the Costco of gems once you get to that level. And yeah, I would also say, if you're noticing as you're finishing the campaign here, you're getting some maps, start stockpiling them, okay? We're going to do some map and atlas stuff next week. Don't be doing maps ahead of time is what I'm saying here, because we'll do that next week when we plan our atlas. You can do a few just to get familiar with them, but the focus on this week is to finish up the campaign, okay? Oh, and one other tip. Whenever a monster's doing damage to you and you're like, what kind of damage is that? Is that ice? Is that cold damage? Is that fire damage? Basic rule is blue is cold, red is fire, yellow is lightning, purple is chaos. So if you see purple, that's chaos damage. And finally, if it's like rocks and stuff like that, that's going to be physical damage. So keep that in mind. Okay, so before we do the final boss here, there's a few things to keep in mind. Once you kill Kitava in Act 10 here, you're going to actually lose 30 more resistances. So for that reason, what this episode is actually about is sort of going over the campaign and making sure you didn't miss any quests. Okay, so for example, if I go to Act 6 here, I have a quest here to do, it says here, search for ancient Kalguran texts. I think I might be too high level for this NPC to spawn. And from what I was reading, the Lost Expedition in Act 6 may not spawn again, and Alva's Incursion in Act 7 may not spawn again. So if you haven't completed those, you'll eventually get to see them later when you start mapping, so don't worry too much about that. The one that we're going to do today, hopefully, if we're lucky, is do the Act 4 Delve one, which I think is doable before you kill the, Kitava in Act 10 here. A few other things, make sure you're doing your heists. You'll notice you get these contracts. They're green ones. I'm going to do this just before I do the delve here. I'll go offline a little bit and kill a few things before we get to the final boss here. So do all your heists, and as you're preparing for the final boss here, again, you'll see here in Act 10, I've cleared all the way up to basically where Kitava is here. As you saw earlier, my mission now is to kill Kitava. So I'm just going back and cleaning up things while I don't have the penalty for resistances, because once I get that, it's going to be quite a bit harder. Okay, but when you're fighting Kitava, stock up on physical resist and armor and stuff like that. Yes, there's a doggy here watching me do the show today. But before we get into that, I want to talk about the greatest basketball player of all time. I know a lot of people like to think it's, maybe Jordan, maybe LeBron. But the truth is, I think the greatest basketball player of all time is neither of those guys. I did a little bit of research on this, and I think I'm going to go with Wilt Chamberlain here. And here's my argument. One problem about modern society is you got these oligarchs that sort of decide what you see on television and what kind of propaganda you get in the news. So anything that's, more than 50 years old, you know very little about. So, and if you follow the show, I do research, previous series. I used to have 10 topics in a show. We're only doing one in this condensed format here. But I'll research something, and I researched Wilt Chamberlain. So here's some stats about Wilt Chamberlain that will convince you he's the greatest basketball player of all time. First off, he was 7'1", and he weighed about 275 most of his career. Just a he's a big athletic guy. They said he had a 45 to 48 inch vertical, which was comparable to Jordan. They say that he changed more rules to the game than anyone else in the history of basketball. So very controversial. That's good. He scored 100 points in a game. Okay, the next best was Kobe at 81. He has 2 championships. He played for the Warriors, then the 76ers, then the Lakers. He played for the Harlem Globetrotters, and he played in Moscow. Okay, that's maybe he's a communist. That would be a good thing, right? Everyone's pro socialism nowadays, with all the greedy oligarchs, stealing our money and lowering our purchasing power and ruining society for us, then blaming someone else. Blaming the other poor people, even though they're poor, they're the victims. Blaming the victims essentially. But he sounds like he was a good guy. So another thing to consider too, of the 2 championships he won, maybe that's one of the knocks against him. He didn't win 6 like Jordan, but he won for Philly, and Philly's only won 3 championships. So, that's pretty impressive to win a third of a city's championships. Okay, so I learned some things too in researching this that I didn't know this, that Philadelphia is actually the Golden State Warriors. Did you know that? That Wilt Chamberlain played for what is now the Golden State Warriors, because they moved as the Warriors to San Francisco. I did not know that. So that's something I discovered in this process. And one last thing is, I think the doctors reported he had Anunnaki DNA. That kind of makes sense, like, you know, given how big and skilled and smart this guy was. Anyways, that's the topic of the show here. Maybe a little bit more interesting. A bit of sports coverage. Haven't done sports yet in this season, but got to do that now and then. So I'm off to do some delve, and we'll see if we can find ourselves that wall we need to blow up so we can finally finish that Act 4 quest. Okay, I think I found a spot where I can dynamite the wall here. So when you're looking for the fractured wall, it's something like this here. You see how the shape of that there? So I would recommend don't do it while you're clearing the delve, but you kind of clear it, and then once you have this lit up line here, then go back and have a look at it, right? So then you can sort of do it without monsters killing you. So I suspect this is one of them here, just the way that's shaped. So take note of it, okay? This is not the most obvious quest to do, but I'll throw a flare here. Okay, so there we go. That's actually, that was the dynamite, and that wasn't it. Okay, well, I guess I'll keep going. All right, here we are doing the Delve Dynamite wall quest. I've been looking around a few places. I haven't found it where I checked, where I thought it might be, but I was doing a bit of research, and apparently the thing to look for are these very long stretches. So I just cleared this segment here, and guess what I found here? Okay, just a side note too, if you wait longer to do delve, the further down you can start. So that's another reason to stockpile your voltaxic sulfite, so that once you're better geared up, you can just start doing the more rewarding stuff further down right off the bat. So just keep that in mind. And I do recommend stockpiling as much of the sulfite and doing this back to back so that you can clear lines and you can walk along these wires, okay? So I just cleared this long length here, and it's strange how some places here, like I'm feeling darkness right there. Like that, you see how the darkness, it's not 100% mapped accurately, I've noticed that. Okay, so just bear that in mind. You want to stockpile it and do it as much as you can later. So I showed you where I was on the map and the link I'm using here. And this here, you'll see what it looks like. This is what you know. This is how you know what the actually, look at that. I'm taking damage there and I'm not in the actual darkness. Nasty. Okay. So this is how you know you're attacking the right thing, what a wall actually looks like. Because I've attacked so many things and not known what a wall looks like, but I'll show it to you right here. Okay, so I'm going to have my flares ready here. We'll do a flare right here. Right, see that symbol there? See, I can select it, and see, I can put the dynamite right there, okay? And my keys are a little mapped weird because normally it's open and close square parentheses, but my closed square parentheses doesn't work. So I mapped it different. So there you go. That's what a wall looks like. And yeah, look for those long lengths. And I'm not going to guarantee every long length has it. And don't do the super difficult one right off the bat either. Like, don't go, like if you're level 68 and you haven't geared up in a while and you want to go down to level 68, you will die. I actually went a little too far down and died pretty quickly. So I came up a bit, looked for a long length, and there you go. That's how you do the impossible Act 4 quest. Okay, now we've made it to Kitava here. I've cleared the way, but before we go fight the final boss here, let's just do some Orbs of Chance. As you know, we like to play some Roll for Mage Blood here. Let's just go quick. Let's see what we get. We got a rare one there, real quick. Maybe we got a Headhunter. Let's see. Oh, there's an interesting one. We could look at that later. Oh, there's an interesting one. That's got some armor on it. That's kind of neat. Some few ones, but no Mage Blood. Oh, well. Anyways, I think it's time to fight the boss here. I really wish I would have geared up and built my character a little bit better, but hey, I've done this on the cheap, and if I have to Zerg it, I have to Zerg it. So we'll find out what happens here. These are some of the worst skills you could have, I think, for a Marauder to fight Kitava, but we'll see how this works. You'll see where I'm standing here in the side here. This is a good spot. Don't stand in front of a Kitava. Oh, there you go. This isn't good. You gotta switch sides here. Not be near the middle too much. Let's see if we can get some of our Vaal minions to help us out. Oh, there we go. There's Kitava's heart. Let's get that. Oh, we can get... See, this is the other cool thing. Check out that big minion I got with this spell. Way better than skeletons. Okay, we gotta get... He's gonna do the sweep thing. Gotta get back here. Gotta get back. Oh, not yet. There's one guy left here. Grab this guy. See how they become minions? Go back here. Do some war cries. Oops, on the wrong side here. Just the main thing is don't be standing right in front. Oop, that's not a good spot. This is the big final boss here. Oh my god. The attacks are so brutal in this one here. I thought there was more armpit space than before. And just the main thing is don't die right at the end with the giant I-beam. Okay, here we go. I'm going to jump ahead. Get in the safe spot. Do some attacks here. Upgrade. Ooh, I just about got hit there, but I didn't. Jeez, this is a tough fight. I probably will die. I'm lucky not to have died yet in any of these fights. Okay, this is a... Let's see if we can get it here. Like, I really need to get an axe or a mace in order to do the attacks that like are designed for a marauder. So these skills are a little bit silly, but check this out too. This... if I get myself the right type of minion and then upgrade, it does a ton of damage. Come on, I can do one now. Come on, I gotta get one. There we go. There we go, we got one. I'm gonna do some Vaal Fireball. Vaal Fireball. Get some of the good minions out. So we got 3 good minions out. Okay, now we're doing okay. Let's see where the arm's gonna sweep here. Don't stand in front. Here we go. Get ready to attack. I think Kitava has indigestion. Elon's got to get a few swipes here, a few cheap shots. Ooh, got to get on the other side of the arm there. Jumped over. You always want to have a nice, good travel skill like that. Oh, almost died, almost died. Should use up other flasks here. This is it. This is the final boss. This is way too tough. Like, I really should have geared up for this. This is kind of dumb what I'm doing, but... And these skills, I don't think are... Oh, it's better than Skeleton. I could have went with Skeleton. I could have went with Skeleton. Oh, no, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Oh, I'm going to get... Oh, my God, I'm going to die. Why isn't Kitava dead? Oh, my God, that was close. Oh, my God. I'm going to kill this thing here. Just got to be careful at the end, though. Kitava does this death breath. I think Kitava might come back out again too. I need more charges. Oh my god. Need more minions. Okay, got a good minion here. Gotta get some of the ranged minions out. I shouldn't be mixing these. I should probably specialize in one type. Get some Vaal Fireball out. Oh, missed my cue on that. We gotta get all these minions. See, they become minions. The Kitava's not dead yet though. Okay, watch out for the death breath. Don't stand right in front. I don't know. Do I have to kill Kitava again? This fight is just terrifying. Oh my god. Okay, I didn't die. I think we did it. I think we did it. I think it's over. You never know when it's over with this fight. Anyways, let's see here. Elon made it to level 76. Did the campaign, killed the final boss. If only look at Elon's resist now. See, this is why I did those quests first. And just ironically, on my way there, I found another heist green quest, but was like literally right in front of the Kitava here. So I'm going to have to do this with my gimped stats. So I got some work to do. I'm going to upgrade a few items for next week. Then we'll get into Atlas. Well, you know, just because we killed the final boss doesn't mean the game's over. We got way more stuff to kill. This is like quarter of the way into the game. Level 76 out of 100. You know, that's 25% into the game. That's how it works. Maybe we'll get a mage blood or something. Who knows? Anyways, that's, I guess, the final boss. And that's it. It's doable, even with really crappy gear and really stupid skills and a really low skill player. it can be done. So hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next week.